All right, welcome to Friends No Benefits, episode 11. I'm your host, Nicky Smokes, joined by Annika Christie, and our first ever guest, Dante. How do you even say your last name? Deanna?
Yeah.
Diana.
However you want.
Dante the Don.
Dante the Don.
I'm really nervous right now.
Why? You asked to come on this.
Really
You know
nervous.
that, right?
I asked to come on a long time ago. I can't believe you've done 11 episodes.
I know.
That's impressive.
Dante was trying to
Crazy.
get on after the second episode, and now
Yeah.
8 weeks later, we finally got you slated. You have an insane schedule, dude.
Yes and no. But I'm nervous because you guys are like rolling now, and you have momentum, you have rapport, you guys are clicking.
So
I don't want to come in and screw up your chemistry.
See, why are you coming into this already paranoid that you're going to
don't-
fuck something up?
I
Like,
don't know,
we're
man.
honored to have you. Like, you coming in brings a new dynamic. Now we get to, like, interact with someone else that just isn't me and her.
And I feel like you're gonna set me up. If I'm being honest. I said this earlier to you. I said, "Can you please take it easy on me?" And Annika was like, "Why? What is that for?" And I was like, "I feel like Nicky has something up his sleeve that he's gonna drop on me." And I just feel like Annika just loves to call me out on stuff and make me feel like an idiot.
How many times do I have to tell you this? We're Italian. I'm not ever out to get you. Like, I'm not the one that's trying to set you up with the tranny.
Dick.
That's what he said on Beach House. He was worried that anytime a cute girl comes up to him, he's scared that it's a tranny and that we set him up with it.
Okay,
like Dante.
let's use a more politically correct term
I forgot about that.
on the podcast.
Okay.
He,
Well,
he said that to me today. He was like, "Have you gone back and watched any of the clips? I forgot about some of them." And I was like, "Yeah, but I really wanted to do that Mook Can't Sleep episode with you guys so bad because there was so much that we missed
Yeah.
being on it that I was like, oh, watching these together as a group would be the funniest thing ever."
anytime I feel like a worthless piece of shit here, I'll go back and watch the clips. I'm like, you know what? We did a great fucking job on that show. And it brings me some genuine happiness.
It was a fun month. I'm not going to lie. It was a lot of fun. I was really on the fence going into it, but
I know you've already been over this, but why won't you do it again then? If you had so much fun and spring break is only a week.
Is it optics?
yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's
That's fair.
yeah, I feel like this sounds so pathetic and desperate, but I want a girlfriend so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this girl I really liked who I was talking to, and I feel like going on that show was just like, I don't blame her. I think she was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Did she
talking to this
notice
guy?
you from the show?
No.
So
Who is
wait.
it? You mentioned a girl potentially before the show. Is this the one?
Yeah.
Okay. How? I don't want to dig too deep on this if you don't want to.
No, I think
what
she's just like
happened?
she's like a really good old school type girl, great family, knows nothing about Barstool, is like barely on social media.
Well, she's barely on social media. How'd she keep up with the show?
Her friends.
Okay.
her
The
family.
friends are always going to get
I mean,
you.
to
But-
be fair, Dante made a splash.
Yeah,
If
and you were
you're
doing
the
your
friend of the
thing,
girl.
too.
Yeah, but like it's weird. Like I think all her friends and everybody loved it and thought I was like funny and cool, and I think she was like cringed out. So I really kind of regret that. But
So how and when did that end?
I don't know. I mean, we're still kind of talking, but it just when you can tell like things shift big time.
For sure.
Yeah,
And-
for most people, yes. But are you putting this in your head that...
No.
Okay.
No, she's very, very honest and transparent, and yeah, she like said straight up. This is something I wanted to ask you. This is something that is new to me and my generation, keeps getting thrown around, not just by this girl, but ever since I heard it, I'm seeing it more and more now.
I'm interested.
I think it's like one of those, like the beetle thing. Like when you see beetle and you look for him, you start seeing him more.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
It's like that.
Yeah.
What is with you young girls in this term high value man?
I don't know, and I don't really.
What does
fuck
it
with
mean, and where did this come from?
I don't know where it came from. I think it's just the shift with social media. You go from there was a large portion of girls who were like, oh, want to be single, wild, crazy, and that's what social media was pushing. And then all of a sudden social media started pushing more so the trad wife, traditional wife lifestyle, where it's like the man is traditionally more, basically it's the conservative values, if I understand it correctly. The high value man is a man who will provide, makes a lot of money, works probably your very typical high paying job in Wall Street or wherever it may be, things like that.
My thing is, if you want a high traditional man, then you have to be a high value traditional wife. Like, you have to be a good mother. You have to be, good at taking care of the house. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like this high provider. I'm not saying I'm in that position now. I'm not. But like, if I was, I'm not going to just be like, oh yeah, here, like, go post up in your sexy bikini pics and put them on Instagram and think I'm just going to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want someone to take care of you, you have to take care of them in other ways. And I'm assuming that this demand that you're talking about is coming from like almost instant, maybe not instant gratification, but now it's easier. Like, if you're a good looking girl, to make a living just based off your looks, where before, like, you'd have to go through an agency, get on a magazine. Now you just start posting on Instagram, you start gaining traction, and you get doors open that would have never opened back in the day. So, and also for you, like, are you running into that? Like, girls are saying, oh, you're not high valued enough, because you're a very successful businessman. And like, to tie it back to what you were saying about that girl that it seems like it's ending with, if she looks at you as a internet personality more than a businessman, I feel like that's kind of on you in a way, where you need to present yourself, because you are very successful. You own multiple clubs. You're constantly traveling for business. Yeah, you helped started this company, but you're not necessarily an internet personality. Like, yeah, Dave threw you on the show, but like, I view you more as a businessman than I do a colleague.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's one of those things, like, I'm pulled in two different directions. I'm not like blaming anybody or crying, tears for myself. I'm like the luckiest guy in the world. I'm so fortunate, but
you want a little love?
No, it's just one of those things. It's just like, of course, like Murphy's Law, like anything that can go wrong does go wrong. But yeah, I was just very like caught off guard by that, and I was like, what is this term? And now I'm like seeing it all over the place, and these girls that you can just tell, like, no offense, just have no clue what the fuck they're talking. Can we swear on this?
Yeah.
They have no clue what they're talking about, or like throwing around these terms, and like,
well, that's another reason I hate the term, is because it so clearly came from the internet and so clearly came from other. I mean, that's like, people try to listen to me about nutrition and shit, and it's like, you shouldn't be listening to anyone who's a fucking internet personality. Like, that's not. If you should go do legitimate research, you should listen to, say, psychologists or therapists who will actually give you beneficial relationship advice. But past that, you start throwing out the term high value man, that's very clearly coming from another ditzy idiot on the internet.
And then I wish I took notes, because it would have made for a much better episode, so it's my bad. But they're like non-negotiables that fit under these high value men. It's like, where does this guy exist?
Have you ran into a non-negotiable with a girl?
Not really. And if you do, they're not like crazy. They're like, yeah, you can't lie, like normal shit that you're like, yeah, that's like what a normal relationship is based on. I'm talking about like, these girls are like, he needs to make $300,000 a year.
Okay.
He needs to, like, give me an allowance, and like.
Can I stop you there?
Whoa.
Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
Have you met any of these women in real life?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so what has you triggered essentially is probably rage baiters or these girls on the internet that just want free handouts. When the majority of the time when you actually go out and meet these women, none of them are actually looking for that. Right? Like that's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah, but you see, I mean, this stuff shows up for a reason. Like in my, like I don't follow any of these girls or anything. It shows up because I'm guessing people I'm friends with, girls that I know, watch it, and it gets.
Well,
put
I
in
will
my feed
say
and all this.
this isn't like a gotcha or anything. It sounds like you probably watch it.
Right.
I mean, you're thinking about it. Yeah, of course. I'm serious.
I think you're self-sabotaging yourself.
Like I said, I had no clue what it meant 6 months ago. Now I know about it, and
because you sit there and watch the video.
I saw this one girl. She's basically like, I'm trying to compare. She was almost like, I hate using this guy's name because I think he's the most vile piece of shit in the world, but she's like a female Andrew Tate. She's sitting.
Is it Pearl?
I don't know. She's blonde. She's kind of hot, but you can tell
no.
she like puts a ton of makeup on and like puts a lot of effort into it. But she sits there and she coaches girls on like just being horrible people to guys. And she's like, you need to train them and break them, and like you can't respond, and like you need to make them wait like 14 days, and if he asks you out, you say no, like you have plans even if you don't, and like all this shit, and she has all these followers, all these likes, all these girls in her comments, and I'm just like sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
well, that's one of the things I
dude,
hate
this
about dating
dating
now.
scene is a disaster.
But what are the issues that you're actually running into? Because, like, if you looked at the Andrew Tate videos and went through those comments, you'd be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But, like, most guys you meet aren't fucking like that. So I feel like you're getting caught up in, like, social media numbers thinking, like, the whole world's cooked when you haven't really even ran into that issue.
Yes, knock on wood.
But it seems like you keep running into issues, though.
No, I mean, I'm not like talking to a ton of girls, going on dates all the time. Like I'm like crazy busy for the first part, and secondly, I'm kind of like over all that. It's past that point in my life
Of dating.
Yeah,
But you kind of have to because you're still single.
yeah, but I like I said, I think I found a girl who's like really like special, and was trying to see where things went, and just didn't materialize. So
Is that it's officially done then? Because if it's not officially done, and you got a fighting chance. Just fight back a little bit.
yeah, I don't think it's happening, if I'm being honest.
Does that scare you?
Well, okay. How long were you talking to her?
Off and on, long time,
How long is a long time?
like over a year.
Over a year, on and off, and you were never consistent. So why did it make you think like she was gonna be the one?
I don't know. Jesus, this sounds like a therapist session for me.
It usually is.
I don't know, man. I'm so messed up. Like you've gotten to know me. Like I got a lot of like baggage.
Yeah.
I've come a long way, but at the same time,
Can I tell you something?
I still got a lot of work to do.
You remind me of me in terms of you take things very personally. Like even if they're not meant to be that personal, like the slightest comment will like set you off. And do you think that could have like an impact on your relationships? Because I know sometimes like you could push one button on me and it'll just set me off, and I won't even like want to talk to you for a week.
Did you notice that about him?
She knows how to
No.
push my buttons.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you like really get hot-headed or triggered.
Well, I don't think it ever happened with you, but there's been times like where people will, like say shit to me in this office, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker hates me. I fucking hate him. Blah 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 blah. But like realistically, it wasn't that deep. But like psychologically, I feel like you could like plant
But why do you
seeds.
think that relates to him?
Because if you, at least in my opinion, right? Like if you're constantly thinking any dig someone throws at you is deeper than it is in your head, like you're not viewing that relationship necessarily like in a healthy way. Is that not making sense?
I'm just not connecting with you here. I didn't get that from what you were saying.
No,
I see what you're- I see
he
what you're
didn't bring
saying,
that
though.
up. I'm just because he said I got to know him, and something I noticed about Dante is he takes things very personal, like
Oh.
myself, whether it's a dig or a jab that might not be that deep, but when it lands on him, like it kind of feels like a knockout punch in that moment.
Mm.
And I don't know if like she's ever like pushed buttons like that with you, or it kind of caused resentment, or if it was just this internet personality thing that she wasn't fucking with.
No, I think it was mostly that. I think it was mostly like someone my age acting like I was like your age
Yeah.
for a month. I think that was kind of like.
But then again, at Beach House, you discovered what request DMs were on Instagram, and you had like 400 girls messaging you. Maybe you just got to get active with your thumbs a little bit and start swiping up.
Here's my thing. I think complaining about dating to me, like I think if you're not actively going on dates, which it sounds like you don't try to go on dates. I don't think you can say that she was the one or potentially the one. No, like I think you need to put yourself out there again more often and go on dates and realize that it's not one girl with a great personality. You will find another girl with a great personality that also is a big fan of your lifestyle and how you live. Like that's a huge aspect of your life is your job.
Dude, it's just terrifying though. Like these apps, I do not want to go on. I'm
The
like,
dating apps,
I like refuse.
I refuse to do them too.
How do you feel about approaching girls at the bar?
It depends. Like one of my bars, not good because
You own it.
they're young. Yeah, and you don't want to be like a creep.
Yeah.
But you know, if I'm out at somewhere where, you know, it's older people, older girls, yeah, I have no problem doing that.
What's it like going out as a 40-year-old that's single and trying to pick up girls? Are you going to restaurant bars? Or
Yeah.
Are you going okay? So
But
you're
I'm-
going to a restaurant bar, you're plopping up, you're ordering your espresso martini, and you're kind of just surveying?
Yeah, but I'm not like, dude, it's also like not trying to brag or flex, but it's crazy when you get older and you're in settings like that. Like the women are aggressive. It's not like it is at your age where
We're going to them. They're
they
kind of
play
like,
hard. They play hard to get. They'll like look at you and then look away and, you know, be like, why aren't you coming to talk to me? Like these girls will just come straight up to you and they're usually wasted all the time. And just like,
So you're shooting fish in a barrel, but you haven't found the prize fish.
I'm not into girls like that. Same reason I'm not like in my DMs, like who messaged me. Like that's just not like, now I sound like the girl saying I'm looking for high value. Man.
I was just about to say, like, I feel like you're
Yeah.
running out of options here if you don't want to do it through
Yeah.
social media, but then at the bar you don't want to do it. Maybe you should like go to church. And I'm not saying like use that to like specifically find a girl. You should go there, find Christ, which you have. You went to mass during Beach House, but maybe like a outing. They do plenty of outings, and like, you know, if you have a God-fearing woman, I'm sure she'll fall in line with a lot of your values, and hopefully she's Italian, so your mom won't give you too much shit.
It's actually great advice.
Yeah,
Yeah. I like that.
because if you're not finding them at the bar, or if you don't like what you're seeing at the bar, you got to kind of just change your scenery, your location.
It's actually good advice.
Try it out. Maybe it'll work. Hopefully it'll work.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, like the crazy religious people. I'm not into.
Yeah,
I'm not
me
into
neither.
that.
Me neither. I don't really like religion in general.
You're
I believe in Jesus Christ. I think religion divides a lot of people, though. And religion used to be forms of government. They caused for many wars. Like, I don't believe in the construct of religion because it separates people. but I do believe in Jesus Christ as being Lord. And if you follow him and have a relationship with God, then that concept to me is a lot easier than, oh, hey, we hate this group, we hate that group, we hate this group. Like, I don't believe in that. And I feel like
very well said.
And I feel like every religion at one point has used their power for wrong. I mean, how many times have you heard about popes like touching little kids and
Dude, my high school, like half the kids I went to school with, their fathers in Boston, like horror stories. Couldn't agree more with you, and that was very well said. I'm the same way. Like, as long as you have a relationship with God, I don't think your religion matters.
Right.
I just go to church because it's
good. It's a good sense of community.
It's a good reset every week, and it's a good like place to, think about things and look inward.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably a good transition now, but did you see the new pictures of Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, I wrote the blog.
You want to hear what's funny? So I saw the Barstool main page post to Sydney Sweeney in her dress, and obviously you could see her rack through it. And I said, I'll bet you $100,000 this is a Dante blog. Clicked on it, 100 comments. I was like, he gets it. He knows what he's doing.
You did that with the bar manager of River North.
Dude, yeah, I have to call you out for that. One of the wildest blogs I've ever seen in my entire life. And I know her. I have a good relationship with her.
She's the best.
But you did that just so you could put her Instagram on the blog.
No,
yeah.
You
You wrote two paragraphs about how she wrote Wings and go, by the way, this is what she looks like.
She is, for the record, for anyone who doesn't know, Faith runs the Barstool River North bar, and she is fucking drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, she's the best.
We're friends. I hit her up and I was like, hey, I want to do this like blog kind of like ribbing you.
You blogged your way into her?
No, dude, I've known her since she moved here. We're cool. I'm not like
hit up
trying to date her
respectfully. This smoking hot manager, so you could do a wing review.
We talk all the time. She brings people from out of town by John Boy on her off nights, and she's just a cool girl. She used to work in Nashville at the Nashville.
I know.
Before she moved here, so I've known her since before she moved to Chicago. But yeah, she posted that thing, and I was like, "This is crazy town." Faith, I was like, can I blog this? And she was like, yeah, but I'm going to get killed. And I was like, I'll put some pictures up of you.
And everything will be forgiven. Yeah, you're hot. Yeah, you're fine. She messaged
me. She was like, my mom is like dying. So this is the best thing. She's cool as fuck. But yeah, it was funny.
You knew what you were doing.
Dude, yeah, I'm fucking day one Barstool, man.
I was going to say, like, even at Beach House, you always had your laptop on you. Like, you genuinely love to blog.
I wouldn't say love it, but I just like, I don't know. I hate when like low hanging fruit gets missed, like
Sydney Sweeney's tits.
Yeah. Like stuff that is just like meatballs, like just hit them out of the park.
Do you think it's a generation thing in terms of the blog? Cause I'll tell you what, like I couldn't tell you the last time I read any blog unless it's like a Francis bomb, and I'm not even talking about Barstool, and maybe it's just because I'm dumb and I don't like to read, but I'm more of like a video consumer. But I couldn't tell you the last time I sat down and read any blog or any article, whereas you, like, if the FBI drops something, you're balls deep on 12,000 pages.
Yeah, it probably is, which sucks because I really like to read, and I really like to read people who write well. It just sucks because we have all these great writers, and it seems they all start out writing a lot, and then they write less and less and less, and then they're like video content.
Yeah.
Who do you think are really great writers you want to see more?
Nick, KB, Francis, you're really good, but you don't write enough anymore, and you're like going on that route. I think this way about everything. I think everything moves in cycles in terms of literally everything. Music, fashion, like economics, like literally everything. And I think we've reached the point where everything is so micro now, where like it used to be like long form videos, and then it was like shorts, and now it's like shorts, like these like 5-second clips, and now I'm seeing like there's series premiering that are like 3-minute long episodes of like a TV show. And it's like
They're doing like soap operas now on Instagram that are 3 minutes.
it's wild, dude.
But like one episode, so it'll be a 3-minute clip. It's like the Beach House format, but the episode's an hour long, but each clip is 3 minutes. So you're just scrolling. That's episode 1, 3 minutes. Episode 2, 3 minutes, and it just goes all the way.
Because everybody has a shit attention span now.
I can't get into that stuff. I love reading long books, watching long movies, and doing it like in pieces and coming back to it. I love that.
That's like the psychology behind it, right? Because you could get into a TV show and it'll be hour episodes. You could bang out 5 and not think twice. But if you're about to sit down and be like, oh, I don't want to watch Goodfellas, it's 3.5 hours. It's just the psychology around it. And now they're breaking up TV shows into 2-minute segments on Reels and just making them a whole thing.
So I think it's going to come back around where, at least I'm trying to speak this into existence. I think blogs are going to come back around where people are going to be like, I want to actually be able to read something when I'm sitting on the train or sitting at work. I mean, that's how I got so into Barstool. I was in college and I was working full time during the day, going to class at night my last 2 years, and I would just literally sit at the law firm, and any downtime I had, I would be on. It was called Random Thoughts back then, but I would just be like reading Dave and Jerry and everybody's random thoughts, like filing paperwork in between, going back to it. It was like the best time killer in the world.
A lot of people don't know how OG you are.
Yeah.
You want to tell Annika about the Blackout Tour? Do you know about that?
I know about the Blackout Tour.
Like, let me hear some good Dante throwback stories from the Blackout Tour. Because right now you sound kind of sad. I want to hear some good Dante memories.
No, I'm not sad. If we talk about the Blackout Tour, I'll get sad though.
In a good way?
Dude, it was.
How long was the Blackout Tour?
Almost 4 years, and it was every semester for that time. So we would start up when school would get back, like late August, go all the way up until like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then have a break while kids were home, and then come back like spring break. We'd be down in, where did was it Panama City Beach that they shut down and banned? Where in Florida did they ban?
Fort Lauderdale, probably.
It used to be like the spot in Florida.
I think it was Panama City.
Yeah, and they
it was, because I think I went there with Eddie, and they're like, it used to be a lot crazier, and then some shit happened and they shut it down.
Yeah,
they
like
crazy.
won't do it anymore. So we would like do a week there and then go up the coast.
But what was a night like? Like, dude, what time did you wake up? What time did you start boozing? What time did you end up back in the bus?
So we didn't have a bus. I mean, this was literally like we had no money. Barstool had no money. Dave like couldn't like had to like be like, can you wait a few weeks so I can write you a check? Like, it was like we were scraping by until we turned into a huge thing and selling out all these massive shows, and then that enabled the company to expand. It's how we hired Big Cat. It's how we opened the New York office. It's how we opened the Iowa office, which was so random. How we opened the DC office.
There was an Iowa office?
A DC office?
That's where Trent started. Trent was Iowa. It was so weird.
That's crazy.
You would go to the website and it would be Barstool Sports, which was Boston. And then there would be Barstool New York, Barstool Iowa, and DMV, which was Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, I think that stands for.
That's crazy.
That was Nate. And then there was Barstool Philly, which was Smitty and the hell was his name? Tall Mo. But yeah, it was just all these like random cities. And the tour enabled Dave to pay all these people and make them full time.
Great story, but again, you're dancing around the question I want to know. Like, what the fuck was a night like?
Dude, it was hell. It was like, everyone thinks it was like Party Central and like just hook up with girls and party. It was like
Did you hook up with girls?
It's the complete opposite. No,
You didn't get with any girls during the Blackout
bro.
Tour?
Listen to me. It was Feidelberg, Gaz, Devlin, me.
That's a good looking
and
group.
like 3 of Paul's like friends from Boston who were like laid off from like construction jobs and could help out. We were driving around in a Chevy Avalanche with a trailer on the back with like all our equipment in it, and then a Subaru Outback. We were driving all around the country. We didn't have a fucking truck.
Not high quality, man.
We didn't have anything. We stayed in like Motel 6s and Best Westerns, like 4 guys to a room. We ate Subway and Burger King like every meal. I used to fucking used to drive me nuts because I would be like, can we please just eat something? I was in the worst shape of my entire life. I was like so fucking gross.
Pudgy.
And like, yeah.
So you're telling me you guys never slept with any chicks on the Blackout Tour?
Okay, let me walk you through a day. So Wednesday, these guys would usually, if they were like far down south or out west, they would just stay on the road because Dave didn't want to pay to have anyone go back and forth. But I had a bunch of residencies in Chicago. I was still like working on the side, so I had to fly back all the time, and I used to book my own flights. So I would fly home on Sunday back to Chicago, and then I would fly out on Tuesday or Wednesday, wherever they were, meet up with them. We would do a show Wednesday night somewhere, which means we would start loading in, setting up at like 9 or 10 a.m. It would take all day, set up all the equipment, all the speakers, all the lights. I would sound check around like 4 or 5, make sure everything was working. And then...
Side note, how long have you been DJing for?
A long time, since I was like 15.
By the way, you
16 in high
crushed that set at Beach House.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
man.
I think that was your best moment simply because we didn't know if Unc was going to throw it down like that. And you crushed it. And maybe it's because I was rolling balls, but everyone else was also vibing as well. Like, you fucking threw down.
It was funny. It was funny seeing you guys like unexpectedly
Entertained.
really- Dude, I used to be really good. I used to be like, no joke.
You blew me away.
I was a good fucking DJ for a long time.
You still are.
Well, you've DJ'd at John Boy while I've been there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
like,
that's like selective old
Yeah.
music. Like, this was just Dante in his back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I didn't think you were going to throw Migos on. Like, I didn't think you knew, like, what Drake songs to throw on. Like, you cooked.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, it was. I started in high school because I just had the best music collection. This is how old I was. This was all like records and CDs. Like, there were no MP3s back then, so you didn't have a physical song. Like, you couldn't play it in a club. So half of the game was being good at DJing. The other half was having this arsenal of music.
Bangers, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just a huge music fan ever since I was a little kid. So I used to just collect music. My friend Mario, his uncle owned a club in Worcester, and he used to let Mario DJ there when he was like 14. And Mario was always asking me to borrow music, and I was like, "Listen, I'm gonna let you use my collection, but I'm coming and like being your partner or whatever." He was like, "Okay." So I used to go up there, this place called Club Red, and we used to DJ, and they used to put us behind a curtain because we were like fucking this big, and they didn't want, it was a 21 and plus club. They didn't want anyone seeing that there were like underage kids there.
Throwing it down.
We were terrible. Fucking terrible. But that got me like hooked, and that like started the itch, and I was just like, this is the best thing ever. So then I started doing school dances, and we started this like company, and we were like pretty big in our little area in Massachusetts. And then I came out to Chicago for college, and I played at our big bar up by Loyola for like 4 or 5 years, and then I thought I was going to be a lawyer. Thank God I didn't do that.
I thought I was
such
going to be a lawyer, too.
Such a different career path.
But I was smart because I got a job. I started out like file clerk at a pretty good firm downtown in the Loop. And then I moved to like big time firm. And it was a huge eye opener. And I was just like, became friends with a lot of the attorneys there. One took me under his wing, and they were all just like, dude, you don't want to do this. Life is fucking miserable. Like, they're all like addicted to pills, like alcoholics. They like stay at the office as long as they could because they didn't want to go home. They like hated their families. Like, it's just miserable. And I was like, maybe I don't want to do this. Like, DJing's way more fun, and I honestly made way more money doing it. So I put law school on hold for a year and saw where that was going. This guy, DJ AM, who you guys are too young to know, was like Diplo before Diplo, any of these guys.
DJ AM?
Yeah.
DJ AM.
Huh.
Never heard of him.
The best of all time. He started a company, and my promo company used to bring him and all his guys in every Thursday night to this place reserve. This is before any DJs traveled. Like, there were no traveling DJs back in the day. We were like one of the first places to do it. And I was like taking basketball lessons from Michael Jordan every week. So I just got in with them, blew up, learned a ton, networked a ton, and became really big. And yeah, that's how the DJ thing happened. And then I met Dave in Boston at the train station. We stayed in touch. He found Sammy Adams.
Shout out Sammy Adams.
Yeah, he found Sammy.
Dave was the one who found Sammy Adams.
Yeah.
Me and him DM
On
about
Nan-
soccer plays.
on Nantucket.
That's crazy.
Dave saw Sammy performing at, I think, a bar, and was like, you're going to be big time. I want to help make you big time. He called me like the next day and was like, hey, I found this kid. He's going to be huge. I want to do concerts with him. Do you know how to do concerts? I was like, oh, yeah, of course. I had no idea.
Concerts, my favorite.
Gotta fake it till you make it.
So we started this tour. We hit all these colleges in New England, and it was fucking best. It was called Stoolapalooza.
Stoolapalooza.
Yeah. Dave got like banned from all of them. UMass threatened to arrest him if he ever stepped
Was
back
he
there.
wild back in the day? Did he used to get
dude.
after it?
Bro, we sold out the Mullen Center, which is where like UMass basketball played. It had to be like maybe 8,000. It was big.
Damn.
And the school was like, had no clue. They were like, what the fuck is Barstool? Like, who is Sammy Adams? So they were so underprepared. Concert was a shit show. So rowdy. They came up like 10 times, and they're like, you need to tell everybody to leave and leave in an orderly fashion. There's no after parties. There was this, I think I'm going to say it wrong and I'm going to get crucified for it, but there was this like pack of houses, I think it was called Hobart, which was where like all the like maniacs lived and just threw fucking rippers all the time. And they were like, do not tell people to go to like Hobart or whatever it was. So Dave's like, okay. So Dave comes up on stage, is like, where's the mic? I hand him the mic. He goes out on stage and he's like hyping up the crowd, and he's like UMass wants to shut us down, but we're fucking going out. We're going to Hobart. Dude, they were so fucking mad. They sent cops in on horseback.
No way.
Dude, yeah.
It's like Project X.
They issued a thing. It was like in the newspaper. It was like, Dave Portnoy steps foot in Amherst again. We're arresting him. Like, that like started the like controversy, and then it just got worse and worse from there. But yeah,
you guys were like the rebels, like little Robin Hood.
Dude, that was the thing. The Blackout Tour. Like, we would go places down south, and there would be like news stations and people picketing and protesting, like moms with like Bibles being like, this is the devil. Like, the devil's come to town. Like in South Carolina, it was the craziest shit.
That's so crazy how early you guys were on the media train and doing the tours and all of that. I feel like Barstool was so before its time.
Part of me, like, Devlin.
But you have to be before your time to make it in your time.
Devlin and I were saying this a lot when he was that weekend, he was down in Jersey with us, is he was like, dude, if we had something like this following around the Blackout Tour, it would have been like, you have no idea what it would have been like. Like, first off, we would have been arrested so many times for so much shit.
I'm sure. I mean, if it's called the Blackout Tour, it better be fucking nuts.
Dude, we were on 2020. Like, Dave was on Inside Inside Edition. Yeah, like we got the police chief of New York City had a press conference about shutting our show down at Roseland Ballroom. Like, I go back to our hotel room in New York City and we're like on the 5 o'clock news.
I would love that though.
It was fucking wild, man. It was wild.
What's been like your favorite era of Barstool?
Era's fine, yeah.
Era?
They've all been great, to be honest, in their own way. I mean, it's totally different now.
I was going to say, how do you feel about it now?
It's totally different now, but like, I'm not going to lie and say like, dude, like looking around and seeing like real like equipment and production and like the people we have working it, like back in the day, all our videos, like Gaz used to do our videos,
right?
Devlin used to do our videos.
But do you think having all this now kind of takes away from that old Barstool lore?
No, dude, we have like the most talented people in the
And I agree. I'm just asking because you'll see a lot of people like, this is not my Barstool, not my Barstool. But I feel like Barstool is just elevated into a whole nother stratosphere almost. Because now we have like real production, like the streams we put on, the people that work behind the scenes are like legitimate professionals. Like, they're not. And shout out to all the forefathers that laid the groundwork down for everyone. But it's not like you could pull a Hank and have no experience and like, you know, set shit up for Dave himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is, it's like it's a proper media company now.
Hank hates when I tell this story, and he like tries to deny it. But why would I make this up? His first gig, he was an intern for the Blackout Tour. He like lied and told whoever hired him that he was a videographer. Mm-hmm. He shows up. We're in New Hampshire or Vermont. I can't remember, but I remember the venue. It was like small shotgun, like college bar. And he has a old school like camera that could take video. And he's like on stage filming like me DJing and filming all these girls like asses and dancing and making out.
Hank had to be loving that.
He was like the happiest guy in the world. And I was like, oh, this is good. We actually have somebody whose only job is to shoot video, not like Devlin, who's setting up and bringing girls on stage and kicking girls off and like trying to get video in between that. We finally have a dedicated video guy. So at like the end of the show, we're like breaking down, and I'm like, dude, I can't wait to see the footage you got tonight. Like, you were like in the mix. And he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And next day, same thing. I'm like, did you like dump your footage or whatever? And he was acting all weird about it. And he was like, he was like all nervous. So end of the weekend, I'm like, Gaz, when do you think we can turn around those videos or whatever? And he's like, Hank, tell Dante what happened. And he ended up shooting like both nights with the lens camera on the camera the whole show. Up. So all the footage he got was just black.
Oh my fucking God.
It was so great. It was like the beginning of
That's so good.
The Hank story.
No, it's funny. I mean, it's not even as close as funny as that. So when I first started here, my first like idea was, hey, like Big Cat, like let me go to Buffalo, do some Man on the Street, because like I had a really good rivalry with the fan base. I still do. So I went out there. First time like the company bought my flights, hotels, whatever. I shot a whole Man on the Street video with the mic off.
Oh.
So I ended up just putting like a Meek Mill song in the background and just like cut it up into funny moments. He's like, all right, well, you made something out of nothing, but that is unbelievable.
That sucks, man, when you get like good footage and it either like erases or doesn't, like you don't get the audio. White Sox Dave and I have done so many interviews. We did the Wish Fest thing.
No audio.
I'm an idiot because I'm a fucking music guy and I trusted Dave to set up
That's your first
the mic
mistake.
box, and he sets it up, and we did this interview with Mike Posner. You know who Posner is,
Yeah.
right? You know his story, how he was like,
Isn't that the interview where Dave's like, my name's Mike?
no, that was a country artist, Jordan Davis, who was here a few weeks ago. But Posner is like he's like this like health nut. He walked across the country. He's so inspirational, and like he's doing amazing things now. And we did this interview that was just like, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it, like just how motivational he was. And I wrapped up and I was like, this is the best interview I've ever done. I cannot wait to post this. It's like
That's
can't
so
hear
annoying.
anything. I'm fucking devastated. I was so mad.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
It sucks.
Whew.
But that was all the time before we hired like competent production people around here. It was like the Barstool difference.
Do you think? Go ahead.
How did you end up in Chicago?
College. I went to an all boys
That's why you're all fucked up now.
school. Nah, man, high school was I was just talking to my friend's nephew about this the other day because I was back home and he's going there now, and I was like, what do you think about the all boys thing? And he was like, man, it's so fun. Like, I love it. I was like, I know. I dreaded it going. And then once I was there, I was like, this is the best.
This rocks, yeah.
No drama.
Just dudes being dudes.
No drama. Like, you could wear the same thing every day. Yeah. This guy, it was like locker room 24/7.
Yeah.
It was
I
the
fuck
best.
with that, yeah.
We crushed everyone in sports. Our dances were like, when I said I DJ'd our school dances, like it was guys only for our school, and then girls from all over the state used to come.
Damn.
It was the best.
But you ended up in Chicago because of college? Where'd you go to school?
Loyola.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah, they pushed like obviously the Jesuit thing, and it was like half our school went to the Boston schools, BU, BC, all that. A lot of kids went to Fordham. I couldn't do New York. I came to visit Chicago, and I was just like, this is the nicest city I've been to. So I came out here, fell in love with it, and never left.
I was going to ask you, because obviously like I see a lot of interactions with you and Dave on Twitter. Do you think he actually hates you, or is it just a love-hate relationship where like deep down he loves you, but he's just never going to give you a little sunshine?
Oh yeah, he's been like that since not day one. Day one, he was like really, really nice to me and appreciative. And once I think we started seeing success on the Blackout Tour, I think is when he started shifting and being like, "Oh, you're getting all these gigs because of the Blackout Tour, and you're meeting all these people because of the Blackout Tour and bars." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not like I'm the most pro Barstool guy in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fucking, I'm in Chicago. No one has a clue what Barstool is.
Right.
They just think it's this like tour I'm doing." And I have it like on my computer. I'm fucking wearing the merch and all this. Like, I've never not been appreciative or, promoting the company. So
why didn't you let him get the B-roll at the Gronk tailgate?
oh, dude, I cannot go over this again. God, I wish so bad that I had just been like, yeah, come over here. There's literally nothing here, but walk all the way over here. Would have fucking saved me so much stress.
It's just it still comes up to this day.
I know, because
Which is nuts.
Dave refused to let anything go, and he's like, convinced in his head, even though we've talked it out, made up. I've had like Rob's brother be like, yeah, we weren't there that day. Dude's like, okay, but still, he's just grudge Dave.
Well, Dave, I love you. Thank you for keeping me around. I really do appreciate you.
All right, enough about me. Let's talk about you guys and relationship stuff. That's what this show is about.
Yeah, I mean, we do have segments, like questions that we usually go over. But do you want to like talk about us personally? Because we're almost at like 50 minutes.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on with you guys?
I think we're in a really good spot lately.
Yeah.
We have a good friendship. I think we work really well together. But I kind of feel like that's it.
How do you manage to keep a good relationship with exes, someone you dated?
It's
This is
tough.
I've never been able to do this ever.
Well,
the
because
first time
I
I've
think
ever done
this
it.
is probably not a dynamic that's gonna last forever. It most certainly is not. He'll get a girlfriend, or I'll get a boyfriend, and then it'll definitely switch. I mean,
Why? How
it's
come?
just well,
Well, like
I mean,
it's
I
tough to
already said it on the yak. We hooked up like 2 weeks ago, so it's like, I mean, it's not like, oh, we're just like straight and narrow. It's like there are still the ups and downs, and eventually that's, I think, we hang out, it's up, then it's like a little bit lower, but we've managed to keep it close to borderline
Yeah.
or in the middle. But I don't think if we're seeing other people, that's
Why can't you guys be together?
Yeah, and here
uh,
we go.
I think we've already tried it. I am not crazy about your sex drive. It's very, very different from mine. I think I play too much of mommy, which is not fair to you or to me. I don't like doing that. I think you loved me more than I could give back to you, and that's not fair to you.
I like that though about you and about girls, and I think he does too, and I think if he doesn't realize it now, he will.
Doesn't realize what?
Like having like a girl who, I don't want to say like plays mommy, but like is very feminine is.
Yeah, but she doesn't like doing that. And there's definitely like,
But if you're naturally like that, why don't you like that?
she's not naturally like that.
Oh, you mean
It's literally only with
And like
him.
I
also, I mean, we
okay,
fight
I
because
took that wrong.
my temper with him specifically is very short, which once again, not fair to either of us.
Yeah, and like I talk to my therapist about it all the time, and like I have an anxious attachment style. So like
What's that mean?
it's a kind of honestly like a form of insecurity in a way, and it kind of like stems back to my childhood because like I always like relied on my mother. Long story short, there's like a lot of trauma through my childhood, and I just always went to mom. Like my mom was just always there. She was always my rock. And sometimes like I always just need like certain reassurances. Like I question things, because like I've seen people kind of just pick their shit up and go, and I'm thinking like, is it because of me? Blah blah blah. So like I do need reassurances, and that stems from this anxious attachment, somewhat like insecurity style that I have. And I've kind of noticed that a little bit. And it's weird because like I've been with people where I felt like they were clinging on to me, and I found myself getting annoyed. But I also ended up doing the same thing. But,
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I think I think relationships in general and dating in general, there needs to be a good balance, and it's so hard to find a balance in which both people are equally into each other, because you get so often where one's way more into the other, and that's always how it seems to go for everyone all the time.
I'm so glad that you said that, because the one thing I think he won't remember this because this was like 2 months ago. When did you guys start this? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
3 months ago?
Yeah, it's been 11 weeks.
It was after either your first or second episode. I texted him and I was like, can I come on your show? Because I have to ask this. It's been burning question of mine for so long. How do women, and I think I hate to like constantly be like, your generation.
That's okay.
I'm not saying it's a younger generation issue, but I'm saying I see it a lot more than with girls my age and growing up with my generation. I see it in like my sister's generation. I see it in like girls, I'm talking to that are your age. They and this isn't everybody, but it seems like so many girls now treat relationships almost as like jobs or business interactions where they can be content and stay with somebody until something better comes along, like a better opportunity or something that they can like advance to. And I compare it to a job because I know so many people that are in positions like that where they're just like not happy. They're not fulfilled. They're not like, I'm not going to be here long term, but they won't leave because they don't want to be unemployed. They don't want to be, whatever. So they'd rather almost be miserable than free of all that. And I know at the same time, I know so many girls that are like in these relationships where they're not happy, they're not fulfilled. They know they're not going to be with this person long term, but rather than leave them and be single, they'll cheat, they'll talk to other guys, they'll like reach, and I know this firsthand. And it's just like one of those things where it's like, first off, why would I ever want to date somebody who is going around their guy's back? Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Is that not like the biggest red flag in the world
absolutely.
to you? Like girls that like cheat and do shady shit. That's part one. Part two is like, if you're one of those people that's a ladder climber and you're just constantly like looking to move up and like find a guy who's more successful or, has this or has that, like, or, that's just like.
I think a lot of it has to do with people living for themselves and not for the other person. And I believe it's a foundation issue, like where they go into a relationship and the foundation for themselves isn't firm, fully built, and like they maybe not fully believe in themselves, or they're going into it for the wrong reasons because like, hey, this could be like a quick shortcut to bring security into my life. And I feel like that's due to a lack of faith. And I feel like the concept of marriage over time is like almost becoming extinct, where people don't want to get married. Like divorce rates are at an all-time high. And I believe that a lot of that comes from people's inability to put someone else before them.
Well, it's like commitment issues too. Like people are afraid to.
And people don't realize that everything that they chase in this world doesn't fucking mean anything.
I'm going to kind of disagree with the first point you made about, I don't know. My point, I think the whole
What do you think about what I said?
What I think about what you said is I think people, specifically women, stay in relationships even though they shouldn't, because no, you can love someone but understand that they are not going to be your person, right? So if
Isn't that insane to you?
Yeah.
Like as a guy, I cannot understand that.
I love him, but I want to kill him half the time. I'm not going to marry someone I want to kill half the time, Like it's like you can love someone and be like, okay, I understand there's probably not a future for whatever the reason may be. So then you don't break up with them because you're like, well, it's really going to suck. Like I love this person. I don't necessarily want the dynamic to go completely away,
And
it's
that-
easier. It's hard. It's
Crazy
hard to break
town
up.
to
It's
me.
hard
It's
to break up
crazy,
with someone.
and like maybe it's like easier for a girl to say it, but like I'm kind of with you. Like if I love you, like I see myself being with you. Like I could always have love for someone, if that makes sense, but like even for her, like she's kind of like essentially like a kryptonite to me. Like I know we're not gonna get back, but it's just kind of like every time we are together, like that old feeling, like that old spark comes in. And then in the moment, you feel like, yeah, this could work. But then those emotions settle, which is kind of why we're so wishy-washy. Because, like, when it's together and it's great, it's like, oh, like, maybe there's something here. But then, like, reality comes back in and kind of just wipes that out.
But also in terms of women ladder climbing, I don't think that's as common as do you believe it's that common of an occurrence?
Yeah, and it's probably
Really?
it's probably a self-reflection on the girls that I talk to or deal with.
You're a good looking guy, you're funny, you're entertaining, you do well for yourself. Why do you think you're still single?
God, this will be another hour if we have this conversation. But I don't know. I'm a fucking mess. I'm like, that's why I was saying on Shore House, it's like scary how much like Nicky reminds me of myself at his age with a lot of shit that he does and how he thinks and how he acts. And I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like, it's so cliche, but if you could know then what you know now, like how different you would do things. It's like, God, I fucking messed up so many great potential things with, you know, great girls. And it's like, that's why I fear for you. It's what's going to happen with her. I'm afraid she's going to move on and find some great guy who takes care of her, and you're going to realize it's going to be too late. I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm just saying I really pray that doesn't happen, because it is the fucking worst, dude. The worst.
I mean, look, I have no regrets in terms of
I know. I was the same way.
No, I hear you, but I feel like that'll go both ways, because, you know, like I pour everything I can into people, and sometimes it's too much. And like, that's something that, you know,
you grow though. And I feel like if you can't look back on your younger self and think like, what the fuck was wrong with me? Like, why?
I feel like everyone does that.
Why was I like that? No, there's a lot of people that don't though. But I feel like if you can't look back on yourself and like almost like cringe.
Yeah, I do that every day. I cringe at myself from yesterday.
But I'm saying like what you said right now, where you're like, I have no regrets. Like I feel like 10 years from now, you're going to be like, what was I doing? Like, what the fuck was wrong with me? So I don't know. But what I said earlier about the girl versus guy thing, it's always weirded me out how women can be in these relationships because it's either like on paper they work, or they convince themselves like, this is what I need, this is stability, and blah blah blah. They like convince themselves or teach themselves to love somebody. And I feel like as a guy, like, I don't think that could ever work.
Yeah, no, I fall in love quick. I told her I loved her after 7 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did you take that?
Set it back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good run.
That's cute.
Maybe I gotta wait longer till I start saying that. But all right, let's wrap up with one piece of advice you'd give to your younger self.
Hit me. Give me advice, because I need it.
My advice to you is have a little bit more confidence in yourself. Yep, you keep talking about this baggage. We all have it. I don't think it makes or breaks anything. And yeah, you're funny, you're good looking, you're charming. I don't think there's a reason for you to have issues. I think you have these issues, but if you put yourself out there more and you went on more dates or gave yourself more opportunities to go out with girls, you wouldn't face these issues as much, because you'd realize that there are some really great girls out there and they're interested in you.
Thanks, Annika.
That's welcome. A beautiful note to end it on. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Next week will be me and Annika's anniversary episode. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Oh,
see you next week.